Namaste, everybody. I invite you to take a cross-legged seated position. We're going to start the class shortly. My name is Irina. I'm a certified yoga instructor. And in this class, I will be showing you the sequence to connect with the core or with your inner strength. So if you're familiar with chakras and nadis, so we're talking here about the third chakra, Manipura. And from esoteric, from pranic point of view, from energetic point of view, this chakra associated with the willpower, with our sense of ego, our sense of healthy ego, hopefully. And also you sometimes hear about the gut. And, you know, my gut told me. So it's also your confidence and your ability to know yourself and to sometimes have that knowledge, inner knowledge, without obtaining the outside the knowledge. So if we're talking about the physiological point of view, solar plexus, having a strong core would help you if you are suffering from back problems, because with the weak back, if we are strengthening the core, it may help you. And especially if you're starting to do any back bends with back problems, to alleviate that, then strong core would definitely help you out in that endeavor. Okay, just note, I am not a health advisor, I'm not a medical advisor, so please, if you have any underlying health conditions, anything that you're concerned about, please do consult with your practitioner first before starting the class. Okay, so in this video, it's going to be, as always, 15-20 minute short express yoga, a short class. So it could be, you could use it as a warm-up for a longer sequence, or it could be practice itself with if you want some relaxation, or followed by a meditation. It's entirely up to you. Okay, so if you are not still in a cross-legged position, please come to that pose, to that easy pose in Sukhasana. If you're practicing lotus, if you're practicing half lotus, you can start with this asana. Okay, so keeping your spine straight, positioning your hands to rest on the knees, relaxing through the facial muscles, keeping the chest area open, so trying not to round through the back, trying maybe not to hold too much tension, just finding that sweet spot in between. And take a few moments to reflect on the moment, to observe, notice it. Notice your position in space, on the mat. Start deepening the breath. And inhaling, expand the belly. Allow it to bulge. And on the exhale, the belly is going to drop to the spine, and diaphragm comes back into the passive position. On the next inhale, bring the arms up. And very gently lean towards the left side of the body. You can open the gaze, or you can keep the gaze closed if you wish. Keeping the chest open, just lateral stretch, just side stretch. Back into the center and the other side. Back into the center. Let's take a rotation towards the left side, looking over the left shoulder, and counter rotation to the opposite side. back into the center. Okay, coming into the all fours, and straight away from here, let's open up through the shoulders, through the chest. Let's bring the chest onto the floor, or the forehead maybe on the floor. So in this position, start engaging your Uddiyana Bandha. So Uddiyana Bandha is your second energy lock, which is located near solar plexus. And when we say engaging, it means you're tucking in the belly, you keep the breath going, but you engage and you're keeping that vacuum created. Don't hold the breath, keep it going. And press with the underarms into the mat. Inhale all four, tuck the toes, lift the knees, pedal through the feet. And we're going to lean forward and we're going to round through the back. So bringing your weight into the front, into the wrist, being careful if you've got any conditions with the osteoarthritis or osteoporosis, especially in your hands. And then press back. Inhale, bring the right knee to the right elbow. Hold it. Keep the breath going, contract the solar plexus muscles. And then kick back and straighten your leg and bringing up into the sky. Drop the leg to the floor. The other side, left foot up. Bend the knee, left knee to the left elbow. Hold the navel. And kick back. Drop the foot to the floor. Drop the knees to the floor. Rotate your left leg 45 degrees out, and we're going to stretch the right side of the body, and we're going to look up. Whilst in the asana, keep your solar plexus engaged. Keep the navel drawn in, but keep the breath going. Deep breathing. Back into the center, the other side. So you can bring on the line the hand and the knee, and then open up through the chest, tuck up the shoulders, keep pressing with your left foot into the mat. And back into the center. From here, let's get into the plank. Stabilizing the shoulder, and if you're finding that you're maybe halfway between, that your bum is sticking up quite high, maybe just trying to see, okay, what's going to happen if I shift my weight slightly forward, and I'm going to bring my buttocks slightly down. Drop the knees, straighten your right leg. And from here, let's get into the left arm stretch. So right leg, left arm. Imagine that somebody is pulling both of your limbs to the sides that we want to lengthen. And let's change. So with your right foot, you can actually tuck it in, or you can extend it, so flatten it. So with the left foot, you can point the toes down, or you can point it. Entirely up to you here. Flexion or extension of the ankle. Finding the balance. Back into the center, tuck the toes, lift the knees, and pedal through the feet. And when you're ready, press with your hands into the mat, bringing the soles of the feet on the floor, or if they're off the floor, hovering, trying to close that gap. And here, if you want that hamstring stretch, maybe walking the feet slightly away and finding that length in the spine. Walk towards the front of the mat, leave yourself some space and relax the upper body. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold around to the back. On the next inhale, we're going to bend the knees and we're going to sit into Utkatasana, the chair pose. From Utkatasana, tilt the pelvis. So I want to bring my energy into the center, navel drawn in. I've got a strong connection with the core here. And I keep tucking in, tilting that pelvis. I look at my toes. I can see the first and the second toe, my knees together. Being also careful in this position with weak knees. Maybe not holding it for a prolonged period of time. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Plant your hands, step into the plank. From here, we're going to drop the knees, we're going to drop the elbows, and we're going to come into the low plank. Kneecaps elevated, keep connection with your knees, keep the buttocks squeezed, glutes engaged, quads. And let's bring the hips up and walk your feet slightly forward. Press with the underarms into the mat, and we are in a dolphin pose. Drop the knees to the floor, straighten your arms, and then bring the knees off the floor, transition into Adho Mukha Svanasana. From here, plank, your high plank. And from here, Chaturanga Dandasana into the up dog. Tug the toes and into the down dog. Having 5 breaths, I'm going to change the rotation, so the direction, but you keep being in Adho Mukha Svanasana, keep squeezing the navel in. From here, bring the right leg up. We're going to step forward. So you are in a runner's lunge. Your kneecap, back kneecap really elevated here. We're going to peel the hands off the floor. The heel is off the floor, but you can try to close that gap between your back heel and the floor, the mat. And then we're going to bring the arms up. A gentle back bend. Maybe finding a bit more space to fold forward, but being careful on your knee. Knees above the ankle. And here we're going to drop the hands to the floor. We're going to pivot and we're going to rotate towards the other side of the body. So this time your left leg is forward, finding your base first, stability, and then finding that back bend. And here we're really stretching through the throat, stretching through the chest, and elongating the front of the body. What's going to help you is your bandhas and your mula bandha, so your lock in the perineum. Okay, go on, out, away. Okay, bringing the hands down into the center and rotating away. And we're going to step forward, round to the back. Inhale, halfway lift. Plant your hands, step into the plank. And experiment here. you can, and when I'm saying experimenting, okay, I want to stabilize the shoulders, maybe bringing the shoulder blades slightly back, sliding them back, bringing the hip up, and then dropping the knees, balasana, 5 breaths in the child's pose. Back into all fours. From here, drop the elbows, plant the feet, and into dolphin pose. You keep pressing with your forearms into the mat. And keep bringing the chest towards the thighs. From here, we're going to transition into the lower plank. So lower the body, move the feet back, engage the whole body. Solar plexus here, really true connection. Hold it. Connect to the inner power. And then bringing the hips up, walk the feet slightly forward, and keep pressing with the underarms, with the forearms into the mat. Keep lengthening. And here, transition into the lower plank. So maybe moving the feet back, bringing the sit bones down. Feel like the whole body wants to shake. Stabilizing the shoulders. And bringing the hips up. And drop the knees to the floor. Back into all four. From here, let's bring the right hand inside of, so into the center of the mat. We're going to rotate and we're going to try to attempt to stack up the feet and stack up the shoulders. So you can look up. Core connection here. Twist in the neck. And let's change the sides. Stacking up, taking your time. And that twist comes into the waist. Sorry. Taking your time, and that twist comes into the neck. And back into the center. From here, drop the knees, balasana, child's pose, 5 breaths here. Okay, feel your forehead off the floor, drop your knees to the side, and then straighten them forward. I'm going to prepare for Purvattanasana, also known as the reverse plank pose. So we're going to come into the elbows. Note where the elbows landed. We're going to position the hands to that place. Strong pose. So being really careful, making sure you're engaging the solar plexus, but also you're engaging the lower body. So glutes squeezed, quads engaged. Inhale, let's lift and keep pressing with the soles of the feet into the mat, arching through the neck. If that's uncomfortable, maybe looking forward. Strong connection to the core, strong connection to the legs. Very gently coming out. And let's decompress. So bringing your back on the floor and then massaging the hips. Lower back stays on the floor. And then close the knees, bring them together. We're going to rock forward and we're going to try to find the balance and trying to balance but not on the coccyx. Avoid balancing on the coccyx. If you're finding that you're rounding, you're feeling that the back is rounded, maybe bringing the chest slightly forward, rolling the shoulders back. You can release the arms, or what you can do, you can bring them to support yourself. In this case, when with the support, you're not as engaging as much with the core, and obviously we want that lower body engagement and power. And now bring the knees together, coming into Sukhasana or half lotus, full lotus, bringing the arms up, bringing the palms in front of the forehead, lowering down to the chest, keeping a rotation, going into the rotation towards the left side, and rotation to the other side. Back into the center and walk your hands forward, glide them forward, and bringing the chest closer to the body. Forehead may land on the floor, may not. Relax the upper body. And very gently coming back into the Sukhasana. Taking the time to reflect, time to notice the physical body, emotions, feelings, perhaps the energy. And very gently bringing the palms up, keeping maybe the gaze closed, lowering the palms, passing through the forehead, through the nose, lips, and bringing them to the heart center, your Anahata, your fourth chakra. Opening the gaze. Namaste. And from here, you can go into Shavasana. You can go into the meditative pose or carry on with further practice and have a prolonged practice, whatever your intentions are. So follow through with your intention. Thank you for joining today, and I hope to see you more.